Hi, it's Anna from Tumble Through. Before we get into today's episode, we would like to do a quick shout out. Lowen, if you wouldn't mind. What? Why are you handing me a piece of paper? What's this? Is this your handwriting? It's atrocious. I can barely read. Stop making gestures at... Fine. I'll try. We would like to shout out Panzer's Pride 2025, a 52-hour charity event run over at Panzer's Tables, benefiting PFLAG, an organization that helps LGBTQ plus people. Oh, that's pretty good. During the weekend of June 27th to June 29th, Panzer's Tables will be running 13 games back-to-back to raise money. One such game will be run by Anna. Is that where you wanted me to... Stop making gestures at me. Your donations can directly influence the game, such as giving players advantage or unlocking certain enemies. There will also be many giveaways you can enter for free during the event. So please, tune in between June 27th and June 29th for Panzer's Pride over at Panzer's Tables on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/Panzer's Tables. Is that it? Am I done? It sounds like a great event, but am I done? Yes, Lowen, you're done. Thank you. Now, without further ado, let's tumble through.
Previously on Twilight's Edge. Through a secret door, Zekun and Lowen step into the lair of the Master Palaveen, ensnaring him in a parley while the rest of the party sneaks around the tunnels to the other side. However, Palaveen reveals both his familiarity with Lowen and that the Bastards of Erebus are working for none other than the legendary Council of Thieves. When the wizard and oracle push the leader for more information, Flint and Sombra are spotted, and a final encounter versus the bastards is about to ensue.
Woo!
Bum 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 bum.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
Latin choir, Sephiroth.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Tumble Through podcast.
Tumble through.
Tumble through.
Tumble
through.
Tell me the theme. I don't know. I am your host and GM, as ever, for the Twilight's Edge adventure story thing. Criffo Bernal, my pronouns are he, him, and yeah, it is we're ramping up to the big showdown of the first book of Council of Thieves, The Bastards of Erebus. Congratulations, everyone!
Yeah.
Well, we have to survive this first.
Well.
It's a bit,
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Thank you. I'm going now, actually. We're done, right?
No.
Where I'm from, we don't congratulate people before their birthday, and we don't congratulate parties before they kill the bad guy.
Yeah.
So
True.
let's be a little bit careful.
I feel like this is Krifu understanding that we're badasses, and we're going to handle this in like 2 rounds. And he's like, you know what, let's get out of the way now. Congratulations.
Famous last words.
Before I say my thoughts and feelings on this, what's happening, let's get your expectations / fears, concerns.
Hi, my name is Aida. My pronouns are she and her. I play Sombra, whose pronouns are she and they. Sombra is a Kayal monk. Sombra has punched her way from very humble beginnings, and has she punched above her weight? I don't know. I hope not. She punches real good.
Hi, I am Anna. I use them pronouns, and I'm playing Lowen, who uses he, they pronouns, who is a Hellspawn Nephilim wizard. I honestly don't know if Lowen has changed that much. I think he is still as arrogant as he was in episode 1 as he is now. I think he does... He's very intrigued, though, by the information they received about the possible existence of the Council of Thieves, because he may or may not somewhat believe in them, or at least think it's plausible. But we'll see how that goes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Evan. My pronouns are he, him. And I play Nico, the leaf druid, who has a little familiar Fugo. And Nico's pronouns are he, him as well. Expectations, I think that I don't know who the Council of Thieves are. That's absolutely news. I want to get through this because this is what all our current paths are aligning, but I also have a huge worry about what's happening to the Arboretum and the Leshies back there. And that person that Sombra hated on and is like starting to weasel their way into the Leshi community, that's a concern. So I think that's where Nico's path is headed.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Marcus, pronouns are he, him, and I play Zekun, the Grave Orc Oracle, also pronouns he, him. Zekun had hope that maybe the conversation would have gone a different direction, especially with the help of Lowen in there. But then again, narratively speaking, we're going to have a big cool showdown with a guy we ran away from the first time we encountered. But now we're better, stronger, faster, and I'm really excited about where this goes.
Hey guys, I'm Pan, pronouns he, they, she, and I play Flint, pronouns he, him, our kobold ruffian rogue. I think Flint's really kind of like seeing himself as part of like a larger picture at this point. Up until now, he was, despite being, a street copper, if you will, he's now like, oh, there's more afoot. So he'll probably start, especially since he's gotten the ear of his sergeant, start looking at things more there. But to get there, we have to go through our current quarry. And he intends to go through them, I don't know what, 2-3 times with the rapier?
Yeah, pointy edge first.
Right.
It's interesting because, some of you mentioned, like, where you come from, like, where you started and how you've maybe changed. And then Nico's talking about, actually, all of this kind of isn't important. I mean, not that this isn't important, but Nico's thoughts are literally elsewhere. And really shows that, A, we've got some good seeds, I think, for future story arcs. And B, that, I don't have a point B, but...
Maybe one day we'll actually consider each other friends. Like, the characters, that is.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe this is the last we'll ever see of one another. In game, at least.
We don't get a discount on fresh character art, though, right?
No, but at least, we'll talk about that if that's a bridge we need to cross.
No, I love you.
Or if that's a PC we need to kill.
Kill, not just have them leave. You actually want to murder them straight up. Okay.
Kill them off, yeah.
We gotta. How else do we get the loot?
Wow.
Loot bags.
Okay.
I do want to point out, so it lowens out of focus points, out of spells. How many spells do you have left? I have spells left 2 of them, and one of them is not an attack spell, and I have my cantrips. Okay.
I'm missing, so I've got one spell that does damage, one spell that doesn't do damage, but it's charm, so maybe it could do something, and then I have a couple of cantrips.
And Zekun, you've got spells left.
Spells for days, and by days I mean 2 spells of first rank. I have no focus left. I'm at maximum curse bound. We got this. We got
Something
this,
about
people.
rest.
Why we didn't take a break before we got into this? Yeah. Like, Flint's cool, but why we rest?
Because I'm a jerk.
Nico, you're out. You're out of spells pretty quickly every day.
Yeah, I've got 1 first rank spell left. It's not a harming one, it's fear. I've got 1 focus spell left, but the fear, that might come clutch. You never know.
Okay.
And I do have 5 cantrips.
Yes, of course, the cantrips.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate that fear spell that you have left. Frightened is perhaps the best condition in the game to put on someone. So don't knock it.
Yeah.
That might really help us out a lot.
My concern will be it'll have to be someone that it will be able to work on. So I think that the higher level boss has probably got a very good will. Whereas maybe one of the minions is probably, or one of the, we'll see how the fight goes. And
look, we might not have much spell slots, but we have Flint and Sombra.
Sombra has a little bit of damage.
Tis but a scratch.
Zekun's got more of like a knife wound, perhaps.
I've had worse.
But also Zekun and Flint they've been fatigued.
Fatigued this whole time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Which is
what were we thinking?
Killer, but
well, you can't get rid of fatigue unless you take a full rest. There's no point in trying at this point.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Just to set the scene about the state of everyone as we come into this gloomy cavern that is only lit by the wisp of light emanating around Zekun, who is in Palaveen's bedchambers, faced with the horned, goat-footed man himself. Remember, one of his feet is cloven The other one bootied, and
Yeah, one was bootied.
with the two red-skinned hellspawn women here. It looks like their art is blonde also. They're very fetching women. One of them, which we know, got a name last time, Mariana. She's also the only one of these two who's wielding a rapier. And then outside in the barracks, where we first came down into this underground system, are 3 hellspawn thugs that look like greasers. I think Pan pointed that out last time.
Yeah. We're getting beaten up by, what's the word? It's not demonic, it's diabolic greasers.
Greasers, yeah.
Yeah.
Diabolic greases.
Sombra and Flint were attempting to sneak around and were spotted because they both rolled single digits on their secret stealth check.
Ugh.
So with that all being said, I think it's time to roll initiative.
Let's go.
Wow. Nico.
Come on. Boom. Top of the order.
Wow.
Oh, I am. This is super inconvenient for me.
For you.
Because the one damage spell I have is a line.
Yeah, but my Palaveen is last in initiative.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's cut. Let's just take this
Yeah,
all
we'll
over
cut that.
again.
Yeah,
And let me re-roll it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no,
No,
not
but
that.
it makes sense. Like, usually
You
the
know
bad
what?
guy who's like,
You know
attack
what?
them and then
I
he
would-
steps back, so...
Can I make an offer?
Yes.
Palaveen gets a reroll, but we all get an extra hero point.
This is a reverse devil's bargain.
Okay.
The reverse
He
devil's
got a natural
bargain.
1.
Yeah, I don't want him to re-roll. I don't really care about the hero's point compared to that.
Yeah, I still
We could
have.
stomp him out in one round if we're
I will
clever
accept
smart.
the offer if the group agrees on it.
I don't.
Doesn't have to be unanimous.
Let's go.
Having
But I
the
want-
big boss
Let's
go
go.
last, I'm not going to agree to it personally. That's me.
Okay, we've got two yays, one nay.
Nay or yay?
I
How many
mean,
hero? We've got one hero
Ida
point.
and Marcus are having thumbs up.
I already have an extra hit or hero points. For me, it doesn't really matter. But also, I agree with Pan. Palaveen going last.
Okay,
is
Anna's
not that
putting their
bad,
thumb
so it's a
down.
thumbs down.
Okay, but we've got 3 thumbs up
We got-
versus 2 thumbs down. Everybody, go ahead and
alright.
grab an extra hero point,
Alright.
and
I already have 3.
Even
You guys
Anna.
will rue the day you got greedy for hero
But
points.
I cannot have more
I
than
have more than 3, unfortunately.
So that's fine.
Let's go,
Well-
Palaveen!
Now he
This
goes
motherfucker
before
better roll
gold.
a
That was-
7. What do you get?
2 better, so
Alright.
that's helpful. It's helpful.
Wow.
He's not last now, but it's still not okay.
It spices things up, and I thought a hero point might hopefully not
Yeah,
fuck
it's
us over
fine.
this
No, you're
time too
right.
much.
You're right. You're right.
I dig it.
Thank you for that. Awesome. That was a great suggestion. So, Nico.
Sephiroth.
What did you say? I missed
Yeah, what
it.
was that?
Sephiroth.
Just
Yeah,
going Final
yeah.
Fantasy 7
Oh,
here.
I know, okay. Yeah.
Boss music.
I don't
Final
know the
Fantasy.
reference.
I also don't know. I know the name, but I've not. I know.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know the reference either.
neither. But it was a cute noise.
So, Nico, you are in the hallway, kind of hidden. You haven't yet been spotted by any of the Hellspawn in the chambers beyond the
Yep.
secret door that Lowen and Zekun stepped through to chat with Palaveen. And you're first, which kind of makes sense because out of everyone here, you're kind of the only one still in stealth.
In my inventory, I've got a scroll of summon animal guard dog. I'll take the scroll out and have it ready for next time. I've still got 2 actions left, right? I think I will stride and then raise shield.
2 Hellspawn thugs that have spotted Sombra and Flint coming around.
Don't like how we're so split up.
Well,
That's
we do
concerning.
kind of give them.
I
It
love
kind of
it.
gives us a pincer on them, as long as we can.
Yeah,
We know these
yeah.
these
Yeah, I suppose.
rapscallions aren't tough, so if we can get through them and then get straight to the room with Goat Boy here, we
Yeah.
could have them pretty nicely tucked up.
I have full trust in the combined power of Flint and Sombra to just mow through them.
Yeah,
I
Yes,
believe in them.
Nice.
We can. Will the dice let us? Is the other question.
I will say I'm worried because the description of Palaveen last time said that their robes were covered in glowing runes.
Yes. So this first Hellspawn thug moves over to the wall to the right so that he can get line of sight of Flint and Sombra, pulls out a dagger and will throw it at Flint.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs.
How dare you?
Wow.
The dagger, it hits the curve of the tunnel right in front of Flint. He curses in diabolic and will move back 10 feet. This next Hellspawn thug is going to... It's 2 actions to ready, right?
Yeah.
He's going to take a 5-foot step here. No, sorry. He's going to stay where he is, pull out his dagger, and sort of like, not squat, but like hunker down a little bit with the dagger and his arms out in front, like ready for anything that comes his way. And something's coming his way. Sombra.
Something's coming his way. First action will be into crane stance. As Sombra sort of bends her knees, squats down, sort of Marvel movie style, and second action sprints forward, I guess there, 25 feet, and is going to attack the Hellspawn right in front of her.
Okay.
With a crane wing.
Let's hope the flurry machine's broken.
Oh, it broke. Oh, wow, my first hit is a total 15.
That hits.
Sweet.
As I'm running in, I slide down, and I'm still sort of sliding position with my hands on the ground. My foot goes up underneath underneath the thug's chin for a total of 3 damage. Damage is damage.
Okay.
Second attack. Come on. Map. Ooh. I think I kicked him too far because I only rolled a total 7, so it's a bit out of reach of my foot.
All right.
I was in my 3 actions. Flint, help.
A quick and succinct turn from Sombra. Flint.
Okay. We established last time that Flint already had the rapier out because he always does when he sees anything to stab.
Yep.
So he's going to move up alongside Sombra. First thing he's going to do is...
As you step into that space,
Oh, God.
the thug who had like put his arms out uses his ready action to strike at you with his dagger in his hand.
Okay.
And hits with a 16.
Actually, I'm going to use Nimble Dodge. I get a +2 to my AC because I can see him coming. So as this dude lunges in, Flint, like, kind of like boxer, leans back and goes, I don't think so, and then stabs him.
Damn it.
Nice.
Because 16 was on the nose.
It was on the nose, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's time for it. First one is a crit for 26.
Nice.
Yes, let's go. Crit.
Absolutely, he's going to stab the shit out of this dude.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Kebab.
20 damage.
What the hell?
Oh, 20
All right, describe
damage.
your kill.
As I said, Flint comes
Here
running
we
in. The
go.
guy lunges at him with the dagger. There's a moment where Flint kind of like, he's a smaller, creature because he's a kobold. But even then, it's almost like he's, now you see him, now you don't, as he ducks under this dagger and then just springs up with his rapier, cutting a swathe across the guy and laying him out quite flat as blood spatters on his 2 buddies. And I use You're Next as they watch him die.
Nice.
Let's go. What a turn. What a
Sorry,
turn.
your next
Amazing.
is a reaction?
I think
No, I'll put it in the chat.
it is a reaction. You're next.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that reaction? Okay, I've already used my reaction.
Yeah.
Well then, no worries. They just get blood in their faces either way.
Verbally say, you're next.
Yeah, Flint just cuts this guy down, turns to the one to his right, who was next to Sombra before, goes, next, as I strike again. Oh, I do hit. Oh, shit!
Yes. on
Ooh,
the,
it hits.
14 hits on the nose.
Yeah, sweet. Then I get him again. There's blood, like, struck across Flint's face, and he just grins in this guy's face and stabs him as well. That's just 6 damage.
Just 6 damage.
Just 6.
Just damage.
I can't help but think about the bell tower when we first arrived
Yeah.
here.
Yes!
How
Yeah.
What
one
a
hit,
turn.
one
Nice.
kill.
Yeah.
Describe your second kill.
So, yeah, Flint takes out his first one as a spatter of blood up against the wall. It also comes across his face as well. These guys bleed a lot. As he turns to the other, the guy probably, like, recoils a bit because this is terrifying, but not enough as he gets a second jab through him. And then Flint turns to someone and goes,
Amazing.
I got you.
Appreciated. Stands back to back.
Yeah, we go back to back with one guy.
Do we hear the sounds of murder
Zekun,
from the other side of the
You
door?
Lowen has a front row seat on the other, because the door is open
Oh,
here.
wonderful.
You can
I
definitely.
think Zekun would just, see Low and just give a nod and like grin.
You hear it.
Which is a good
You hear
sign.
it.
Look towards one of the Hellspawn, the one that was referred to as Mariana. And I look at her, try to make eye contact, and say, "Are you really sure you want to do this?" and I'm going to try to demoralize her.
Ooh, nice.
Let's go. That is a 13, but we all got an extra hero point. I'm going to spend a hero point to re-roll that from our reverse bargain. Rolling into a 23.
Success.
Get in.
Which means that she is frightened 1 at this point. And right after I say that, Zekun will inhale and then just, similar to what happened with these hellhounds outside, he's just going to unleash this bark towards both Mariana and Palaveen, as I'm going to cast Haunting Him in their direction.
So when you say bark, you mean like you actually like bark at them?
Not exactly, but just like really like a big, low, booming sound coming out of his mouth. And with that cone, I can get both Palaveen and Mariana. They have to make...
Mariana flinches as the magic emanates from your haunting bark. But Palaveen stands there stoic and unmoved with his critical success.
Gotcha. So Mariana is going to take the full 8 sonic damage from maximum damage on it, as that wave is just like vibrates over her. And I end my turn and bring it over to one of these hellbound rogues here.
The as of yet unnamed hellbound rogue, she had her dagger in her hand because she thrust it down onto the desk when Zekun was kind of trying to like peek through things during the conversation. So I think she pulls it out of the desk, spins it in her fingers to sort of hide what she's doing with it, as I'm going to attempt a feint.
Oh.
So I'm going to roll deception against Zekun.
Against my perception DC.
And 11's not going to succeed. So Zekun, as she strikes out at you with this dagger in hand, you are easily able to see it coming. But still, dodge it.
Briefly, as I notice that she's trying to distract me, I also like weave a little bit backwards that the dagger just goes by my chest and she doesn't hit.
And it flashes by a second time, and you're even further away this time.
I pull up like a few of the papers from the table right next to me and just scatter them in front of me, and she slashes those instead.
Pocket papers.
That's cool.
All right.
My recipes.
Palaveen.
It's Palaveen's turn.
He sighs. It seems like we'll need more reinforcements. As he grabs the unholy symbol of Asmodeus hanging around his neck and begins praying, "Oh, diabolic father, please send us aid from the depths of hell. Asmodeus, we call upon your servants." And he's going to cast Summon Lesser Servitor as a 3-action spell.
Oh no. Oh no. This can't be good.
Appearing in Zekun's space in a puff of sulfuric smoke, a small red-skinned winged imp with a pointy tail appears laughing and will immediately get its 2 actions to sting Zekun.
Oh no.
Where's the fly swatter?
That is Zekun.
Yeah.
The first one literally hits your armor, Zekun, and I'm going to go for a second one, because why not? There we go, with a 21.
That one basically goes into the same place where the first one hit, but now my studded leather is a little bit weakened there, and the stinger goes right through.
It does 1 point of damage. Zekun, make a fortitude save.
Uh-oh. That's a 13.
Fail.
Oof.
Hero point that?
What happens?
Hero point?
No, not yet. I want to know what happens.
Okay.
First off, you take 5 points of poison damage,
Ouch.
and you gain the Clumsy 1 condition.
That means I take a penalty to everything that's dexterity based, and that includes my AC, so I'm easier to hit from now on.
Oh no.
No. That's bad.
That's
really bad.
The good news is that penalty does not stack with the fatigued penalty I already have to my AC, because both of them are status penalties. So it's not like I'm getting worse on AC front.
For my first action, I'm gonna try and demoralize Palaveen, if I can.
Okay.
I think as the imp gets summoned, Lowen just raises an eyebrow at him and goes, "An imp, really?" And I'll try and demoralize.
please. You can't summon anything better than that.
Oh, I didn't target. 17?
17 against his will DC is a fail.
Can I ever point that?
Why not?
That's worse. So, yeah, that doesn't work. That's fine.
And that's exactly what he says. You can't summon anything better.
Lowen just shrugs and will hold a hand out, and from the veins on his hand start turning black, and from his hand grow these tendrils as he casts Grim Tendrils without saying a word in response. That's just his response. He just shrugs and casts that on both Mariana and Palaveen because they're both in line.
Never get between a Hellspawn dick measuring contest.
The thing is, Nico's got this massive summon in their pocket, so it's going to be great for him to be like, oh, me too.
Okay, so they have to both make a fortitude save.
Anything you summon, I can
They
summon
both
better.
succeed.
That's fine. They both get half damage. That is not a lot. That's 3 points of damage halved for them, so it's not much.
Mariana is frightened, and this Hellspawn is casting spells at her. But despite all of that, she knows what works best for her, and she's going to move down behind Zekun to flank.
No.
And she draws her rapier for the second action, and for her third action, she strikes.
That's a hit.
With a 20. And
Give me that.
does 13 points of damage as the rapier just straight into...
Okay. That goes in like really somewhere, wiggles in underneath my leather armor and just goes in deep into the body as you all see Zekun just like, oh, really groan from the pain.
And then she loses the frightened condition because she feels a lot better about her.
Doesn't she have an action left though?
Strode, drawed, striked.
Okay, she had to draw a weapon. Okay, gotcha.
So,
I do appreciate that you
Yeah,
try and keep
yeah.
adding that even when you're dead it could kill you.
Rules are
Yeah,
rules.
no, I appreciate it. Yeah.
round 2, let's go. Nico, scroll in hand.
Oh, just that blow against Zekun was kind of throwing the plan a little bit.
Use your scroll.
Yeah, I can't do anything about unflanking you.
Exactly.
Unfortunately. So I pull out the scroll, I unfurl it. It's a big scroll. It's huge. The biggest you've seen. And
Amazing.
I can summon things as well. And I'll read off it, and it goes up in dust, and the huge dog appears. Boom. There, exactly right there.
What kind of dog is it? What's it look like?
Well, you tell me how this celestial dog...
Oh, sick.
This is an angelic dog.
It's like the goodest boy.
Oof. It's like a red setter, lots of glowing, shiny hair. But the hair is shiny and it's like twinkling as well. It's sort of like astral, like
It's
an
constantly
astral
flowing
coat.
in wind that isn't there. Yeah.
It's
Anime
always
flow.
flowing. It's always flowing. Yeah, ears are sort of like whoop, whoop, whoop. Appears there in a shower of sparkles. Love some sparkles. And for its actions, it is going to bite the hellbound rogue in front and between, which it's flanked.
Yeah. The goodest boy from the heavens has come down to save us.
It's just like the opposite of those devil dogs we fought earlier.
Exactly. There's
Yeah.
poetry
Yeah.
in that. Perfect.
Yeah, got to have light and shade, right?
Yeah.
Light and shade.
Huh. You made me look up pictures of red setters. They're cute.
Super cute. So shiny. Gotta bite.
Let's go, divine boy.
Strike with the jaws. Bite her!
That
16.
hits.
Sick.
Yes! Damage. Chomps. 2.
Damage is damage.
Just damage.
The red setter has one action left.
The astral setter. We'll attack again. Unless there's... No, they won't get the flanking. They're not hugely powerful. I didn't mean that. You are.
It's a level 1 spell versus the rank 2 spell that Palaveen
Well,
used.
that was a critical miss.
The setter manages to bite her leg and she kind of shakes him off and pushes him back with her boot. We now have the heavens and hells directly represented in this battle. Amazing. of course, the only thug I have left in the barracks threw his dagger away, basically.
Oh no.
So I think what he's going to do is
Reconsider his life choices.
Yeah.
Free action.
Yeah. Join a circus.
The Rambling Gardens always look for new people to live there. They are a great community.
Got 25 feet of speed. He's more interested in backing up the people who are still alive. So he moves 25 feet to the west towards the room where everybody else is. So he's going to take another 10 feet into the room and just punch Lowen.
Just didn't matter. I mean, it's of him just walking in and just throwing a punch.
The
It's
thing
really
is,
funny.
imagine being this guy looking at Sombra, looking at Flint, and be like, "Squishy wizard, I'll go punch. I'll fight him."
And then Lowen dodges it as well.
What the?
He misses.
Why, you little... And that's it, Sombra.
Something's coming.
Yeah, here we go.
First action, stride 25 feet. Second action, stride through the door 10 feet. I skid, and we're going to flurry of blows the hell spot. Let's go.
Flurry of blows.
I rolled
here we go.
for a total of 28.
Just punches straight through his face.
I rolled max damage.
Oh my god.
As
This guy's so dead.
I jump, as I just slide in and I headbutt into the guy's plexus. And I break his ribs, all of them,
With a headbutt?
with a headbutt.
Oh, the headbutt.
I can just imagine the disgusting crunching sound of that. Just,
He falls to the ground.
Looks very impressed.
Well,
Unconscious?
you've now
Question mark?
With all his
Or-
ribs broken? No, Griff.
Foundry says the massive damage kills them, even though my attacks technically are non-lethal.
Oh, snap. That's true. Okay, then yes. Dead. Could be Sombra's first kill. No.
Yeah, doubtful.
Sombra doesn't do this very often, but she notices like the guy's eyes like roll completely up and there's no more breathing. There's no more chest movement because it's a hole.
It's all gone.
And Sombra kind of shakes her head at the moment, looks at Lowen. Lowen's okay?
I think he just nods, but then gestures at Sakun, who is, on the verge of death.
Sombra's face gets mad again. That's my turn. Those are my 3 actions.
Perfect.
God, I love monks.
Yeah. I think Nico's probably a bit stunned by that whole maneuver as well, like in a little bit shocked, jaw slightly open.
So Flint comes to the door, sees this guy just deflated on the ground, goes, "Nice," and steps over him to Mariana, is it? And again, still covered in blood, grins and finishes the job off. Or at least tries to, makes an effort to do so.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That's 24 damage for hit. 24 to hit.
That hits.
Great. Straight up stabs. 8 damage to Mariana.
Oh, she's not looking good. She's very wounded. Quite bloodied.
So was our boy Zekun.
Yep.
Whose turn is now?
Boy!
Yeah, I see. I have, on one side, I have one of the Hellbound rogues, on the other, Mariana, who's just getting stabbed by Flint, and I saw that entrance of Sombra with just headbutting one of the Nephilim. I'm going to use one action to move out of the murder sandwich and get just out of the door here, running over the crumbled corpse of one of these thugs. And then as I go past Sombra, just give a quick tap on the shoulder. And as I move past her, I'm going to use my remaining 2 actions to use one of my remaining 2 spell slots to cast on myself a 2-action heal on myself to restore. Let's go, dice.
Oh,
Maximum healing, 16
beautiful,
points of
beautiful.
healing. As I put a hand on myself, there's just this bright light that envelops me for a moment, and you can actually hear Zekun do like this long, relaxed exhale as the magic takes hold. But I also see that the GM posted a fortitude save in chat for me to roll.
The imp poison continues.
It does. Here comes a fortitude save. And that is a natural 20. That's a complete success. Fortitude
Let's
save.
go.
You can remove the clumsy condition that only lasted 1 round.
There we go.
And you're no longer poisoned. Lucky you.
And it is also the end of my turn.
If you had put your hand on Sombra, Sombra would have like returned the embrace and like helped you through the door like safely, but also with a bit of hurriedness. Like stand behind me, and she widens her stance a little bit as if to try to cover the door with herself.
I also imagine since Sombra is in crane stance, I could imagine that your stance is easily wider than usually because you like really use the full length of your arms and everything for these crane strikes. So yeah, totally vibing with that.
The unnamed Hellbound Rogue sort of like sucks her teeth, but she sees Mariana's in trouble, is going to move to flank Flint, and we'll hopefully get 2 sneak attacks off here. So she strikes with her dagger on the first one. 19 hits.
19 does hit, yep.
Oh, sneak attack.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Oh,
For 10 points of damage.
Okay.
It still hurts.
Yeah, it's not nice, but it's okay.
And the second one also hits.
no.
Flint, you have your reaction again
I do.
if you want
So the
to.
second one, I'm going to bob and weave.
The old bob and weave.
Gotta give him the old bob and weave.
So yes, as that you're not expecting her to come around, and she just stabs in the side. But
Flint takes one in the back, turns around, dodges the other, and says, "You only get one."
Guys, we're all so badass.
Everyone's a badass.
No, we're all punched up.
so
Fireball.
Palaveen.
Krifu wouldn't do that to us. Krifu loves us.
Would I?
Just for the listeners at home, on our battle map currently, we basically have the majority of the party huddled into one room with these hellbound rogues right next to us, and Palaveen at a convenient 10-foot distance from that clusterfuck that we have here.
It's true. Okay, first action, command the imp, because that is just going to happen anyway. And the imp is going to, I think we'll fly into Sombra's space. The second action will sting and hits just on the nose. Does 1 point of damage with Sombra. Give me a fortitude save.
Stings you on the nose? Ow.
Yeah, stings you right on the nose.
Fortitude save coming up. Total 18.
18 passes.
As I try to swat it away, but it's too far. Sombra hasn't seen one of these ever recently. Not used to them. Angry hiss as this thing comes at it. And Sombra like releases like this string of curses and fluent diabolic.
Do you know that show where imps renovate your house? It's called Home Improvement.
No, it's not. No. Now he's gonna do it, Marcus.
Wow.
You
Provoked him. You provoked
But-
him.
Yeah,
The problem
kill
is-
him real quick.
We deserve a fight.
I would be in range if I did it, so I'm not quite ready to do it yet. Instead, Palaveen once more holds the unholy symbol of Asmodeus and begins whispering prayer chants. And as he whispers, these Matrix-style letters, but in glowing red and black, fall out of his mouth and onto the ground and span out into an aura as he casts Benediction.
Benediction?
New spell!
Yeah.
What?
That's like 3 weeks old, that spell.
As all of his allies get a +1 status bonus to their AC. It's the Protective Bless.
Interesting, okay.
The opposite of malediction.
Okay, hopefully that'll let Mariana survive another round. Let's see, Lowen.
Okay. Lowen's just literally backed into a corner. There's just people around them everywhere. I think they are going to just take their little metal toy soldier and form it and cast needle darts on the Hellbound Rogue that's right next to them. That is a hit with a 23.
Nice.
That is 7 points of piercing damage to it.
Okay, point blank needle.
Yes, and then for my last action, I'm going to cast shield because there is someone next to me and I'm very squishy.
Valid. Very valid.
There's a lot going on. Mariana with her rapier. She twists and turns in Flint's direction, and her blonde hair that's now streaked with blood sort of sway like flies like in a shampoo commercial.
Okay.
Hellbound, you're worth it.
Mariana's my new favorite NPC, by the way.
Wow.
And if there's anyone who I want to survive this encounter, it's her at this point.
Yeah, she's gonna die.
Ah, good to know.
Probably because that's what happens when GMs name their NPCs.
Oh,
Away. She could just decide, fuck this, I'm going to walk away. She already
She
questioned
could.
Palaveen.
yeah.
She could, but first she's going to try and get a sneak attack with the rapier off on Flint. 22 will hit
Yep, does.
for 11 points of damage.
Jeez.
Flint's not looking great.
I'm gonna go for a second one.
No.
Oh my god! No
What was
way!
that roll?
It's a critical.
Flint goes
Critting.
down. Yeah.
Shampoo commercial style, flips her hair and comes in with the rapier super fast. And before anyone can blink, Flint's down. With a crit, Flint goes straight to dying too.
Yeah, that's what
She's then going to retreat and move up to behind Palaveen.
Oh jeeps! I'm gonna move. I'm gonna charge past my friends here. As I'm running, I look over and I see Flint down. I've already committed to this maneuver, and I say, "You're not going anywhere," and you. And right beside Palaveen, I cast Gouging Claw.
Just to point out, if your guard dog, if you don't spend an action this turn to sustain the guard dog, it's going to vanish because this is a sustained spell up to a minute.
So I won't get the flank from it.
Well, it will still be here until the end of the round. But if you
Okay.
don't use any actions on your turn to use one action to sustain it, it's going to be gone by the end of the round.
Well, that's tricky.
So you do get the flank, but that's the last thing you'll get.
Yeah, I think that's worth it. I think there's enough of us here to fill this battle map with bodies anyway. So yeah, I'll cast Gouging Claw, but thanks for that. Bye, Astral Doggy. And that hideous claw that you've seen before, it's like a mixture between like an eagle talon and a crab claw, just rises up, and I'll go and slash at Palaveen. Slash.
Slash good.
Oh, that's a good roll.
Oh, hit.
Hit.
Tasty.
26.
If it wasn't for benediction, it would have been a crit.
Oh, come on. Damn. Oh, okay. That's 5 damage. It's got 2 persistent bleed on that, though, I think.
Yeah.
Nasty.
As you slash across Palaveen, where do you slash him?
Across his dirty face with all those letters that have just come out of it.
He lifts his hand quickly up to his cheek as a reaction, tastes the blood, and then spits it back at you and casts Blood Vendetta.
I need that.
Oh, my lord.
I love in the spell it says requirements. You can bleed. I love that.
You need to hit that save DC 19 will button.
19?
Oh my god.
Have hero
Come on.
point.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes!
What was that?
That's
24.
So you're going to take
Nice.
half the persistent bleed damage from this.
Wait, is that persistent?
Yeah. Yep.
You make me bleed persistent blood?
But that's
I'll
a
make
lot.
you bleed persistent
That's a
blood.
lot.
That's a
Even
lot.
half
It's
2d6 is a
2d6.
lot. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
take. Wait, how much damage? Do I take damage?
You will at the end of
the
your
end-
turn as soon as you end
At
your
the
turn.
end of your turn.
Oh, shit.
It's
I
a blood
love this
vendetta.
spell.
I mean, it's
I
cool.
love it.
It's really cool.
Blood Vendetta is horrible. No, I hate that.
But you did a good amount of damage. Well, you didn't actually.
No, I didn't.
I'm so sorry.
And I lost the doggy.
Yes. So at the end of your turn, the dog disappears.
Does the dog have a graceful exit? Like, is there like a ray of light coming down as the dog does?
Nico?
It's like an explosion of sparkles. Kadoof. Like a fire, like a tiny firework, like a firework you'd see, but small.
Uh-huh.
You take 3 damage from the bleed.
Damn.
Sombra, you've got an imp flying around you.
Fuck this imp. Sombra's going to look back at Lowen and at Sekun and sort of like nod and without words saying like, baton passing now. Sombra's going to first action stride and end up behind Mariana for that delicious flank.
Nice.
Second action.
Fuck her up.
Flurry of blows. Crane wing. 1.
Okay, Benediction, come on.
No.
Help me.
I rolled not so good. I rolled a total of 11. I'm going to hero point that.
Oh,
on.
why did I give out extra
Come
hero
on.
points?
Because you got to reroll the Palaveen.
I did.
That is a total
Yes.
27 for critical.
Critical hit.
Nice.
Mariana.
On the button critical.
I'm running past Nico. I also kind of tap it on the shoulder and skid behind Mariana. And with that momentum, stick my arm out, sort of lariat Mariana for a total 14 damage.
Very nice.
I think, is that...
Dead.
Just down.
Sorry, Krifu.
She's down. Dead or...
She's down.
It's your choice.
All of Sombra's attacks by default are non-lethal. So
okay,
down.
all right. So she's just unconscious.
Just unconscious. That was my second action. And for my third action... Oh no, I'm a bit far. I can't do anything.
Good stride again. Get
I
that
can stride
flank.
again. Let's do that. I'm going to stride again and get to the opposite side of Palaveen, sandwiching Palaveen
Yes.
between myself and Nico.
Okay.
That's gonna fuck him up.
Zekun.
Speaking of which,
Still standing in the door opening, that imp is fluttering around midair, probably doing like this impish laughter as well. I'm still like with one arm, like holding onto the door frame as I recovered some of my wounds. And with the other arm, I point at Flint and I use my final spell slot to cast a 2-action heal at Flint, which has a range of 30 feet. So let's see how much healing we get out of that. 1d8 plus 8, how much it is gonna be? It's 9 points of healing, but at least Flint is no
Yep.
longer dying.
I'll take it. Yep.
As I just
Yep.
holding onto the door frame, I point at Flint and parts of like this gold light floats over towards him and absorbs into his body.
Flint wakes up with a gasp, goes, bollocks! Ah, whoa.
And I still have 1 action left. I will look at the Hellbound Rogue that is currently being flanked by Flint and Lowen. And with a little bit of ragged breath, I say, you know, you can still try to get out of this. And I'm going to try to demoralize her. That is a total of 22.
That is a success.
Nice.
It is her turn next. This is bad.
It is.
Frightened.
And she's frightened. Now, Mariana was the one who said that comment to Palaveen, like, are we working for the Council of Thieves? But this unnamed Hellspawn, who might have a name, eventually, if she escapes, is going to try and tumble through Lowen. Tumble through!
Tumble through.
Success!
tumble through.
All right.
Oh,
So she goes 5, 10, 25 for her first stride as she tumbles like around Lowen and through the secret door behind them. And then we'll spend the rest of her actions 5 trying to
Fuck that.
escape.
Wow.
She's
She is-
fast.
Yeah,
Dipping.
she
Yep.
is
Alright.
up the stairs, heading into the Temple of Erastil. Should I remove her from the initiative? I don't know if anyone's giving chase.
No.
I think we have bigger problems.
Yes,
Yeah,
you do. You
Oh, no.
you do. Palaveen,
Palaveen, he's so mean.
he's a jerk, especially for what he's about to do. He steps over Mariana's body and moves north into like a chamber, a part of this chamber in front of his bed that's sort of walled off, as he literally like claps his hands together and begins like Naruto moving his fingers, and then rips them apart, and you can hear like reality ripping or something in reality ripping
Oh no, it's sexy Palaveen.
as he casts Final Sacrifice.
What?
Oh,
No.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, no. Oh, no.
He disrupts the energies in the bond between him and the imp, causing the imp to violently explode.
20 feet. Oh.
So
Oh, damn.
Okay.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Great. Well,
So
okay.
anyone in this space, which is everyone,
Yes.
Fugo will be unaffected because he's still on the other side of the wall. He's been left out of this
goodness.
combat. But Mariana, her unconscious body, will be affected by this as well because Palaveen's a jerk and doesn't care. And this is his hope. So I need everyone to click that DC 19 basic reflex. And Mariana fails.
Zeku.
Zekun.
Ooh. Can
I
you
got a
reroll?
critical failure on the roll. That's a 6.
Everyone else succeeded.
Marcus could choose to, but we don't know what happens. yet.
Everyone else succeeds. I have 1 hero point left. I have 15 hit points left. I critically fail.
Are you ready to take double 66?
Holy
use
fucking
the
yeah, I'm
hero
gonna
point, dude.
reroll
What?
this.
Session will end. We're gonna get another one soon.
That is a natural 1. Bring it, Creepo. Bring it. Come
So
on.
13 points of damage.
Doubled for me.
Mariana is officially dying.
Creeper, you monster.
I killed my own favorite. I'm calling it. She's dying. NPCs typically are dead. They don't have dying saves. She gets them.
Okay.
She's special.
She's special. I love her.
Question: if I gain resistance 5, does that mean that I lower the damage by 5?
Yes.
Okay, so I think I would
Yes.
like to use my reaction. I would like to cast the cantrip called Eat Fire. What happens is when this fire erupts, you see Lowen. Because Lowen's tongue is already sort of split, but actually almost this long snake-like tongue comes out and almost licks up the flames and ingests it. And essentially what happens is that I've ingested some of the fire, and I could later on use another effect if I wanted to. But for now, at least, the damage gets reduced some. That should do it. I take 1 point of damage.
So you only take 1 damage.
Oh, I've got 1 health left. Sorry. I thought it was down.
Well,
Oof.
Zekun.
Zekun.
As the imp explodes, Zekun still had his arm reached out towards Flint when he was casting that heal spell at him, and then that imp just is torn apart in violent fiery magic. Zekun gets thrown to the ground and is now just lying on his side, his rainbow-colored shawl around his shoulders partially charred from the blast, and is at dying 1.
And that's where we'll end the episode.
Oh my god.
But the enemy tumbled through. We cannot let this stand.
Oh, the explosion. Final sacrifice.
That was awesome.
That spell is so...
Tumble Through presents Twilight's Edge, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition actual play of the Council of Thieves adventure path, converted from Pathfinder 1st Edition. Tumble Through uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc. used under Paizo's fan content policy, paizo.com/licenses/fan content. Tumble Through is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about paizo.com and Paizo products, visit paizo.com.
You can roll stealth. My stealthies, my underworlders.
All right.
My stealthies.
Rolling.
My stealthies bring all the steps in the mobs and they like.
wow.
Absolutely not.
Stabbing hell dogs.
Oh, okay. All right. You brought it back.